we are. So, let's spread the word among those which are interested, and then we're going to play some more. And let's hope we all have a fine and fun night together. So let's, just like the title implies, I want to try out some new specialization tonight. I haven't fully wrapped my head around what it's going to be, but we're going to have some fun together tonight. So there we are. Okay, everything's set up. So right now I'm just zooming around with my druid and trying to fill up this goblet thingy, because I want those piety rewards more and more. Those relics are sure some nice endgame thing to hunt for. Joe, welcome. Cheers. Some fresh Earl Grey. The first cup of tea of a full, what's it called? Pot of tea is always the best. I don't know if you're a tea person, but I sure am. I'm very happy to have you around, and let's have some fun time. Which movie we had? We had Deadpool 2. It's my jawbones, my jaw muscles are still a little bit hurting. This movie was just friggin' hilarious. I loved every inch of it. Yeah, they did a great job there. There's literally only one aspect I didn't like about the movie, and that was the typical hero's journey setup of the storyboard, but they even made a joke about it, so I was okay with that again. So I'm not sure what I'm really wanting to try out tonight, so once I have finished the realm quest here, we're going to head back home and let's have a nice little talk and see what we can have. We might want to pick, or if there's going to be the same kind of silence like the last time, I'm just going to pick something I want to play again. Same old, same old. I really liked the movie too. It was a really good experience to laugh that hard again. New movies don't make me laugh that hard too often, really. Oh, I can already leave. But can I really leave? Or is that level still too unexplored? No, I can't really leave. Maraxus still has me. Well, yeah. Here we go. Fortunately, I'm prone. Yeah, that's a... No problem, Rosie. I'm really glad you found the time to stop by and say hi. That means something to me. Hope you sleep well and have a nice Monday. May the week be kind to you. Oh. I don't know how long I'm going to stay for myself tonight either, but I really wanted to make this happen because I really actually enjoy this daily streaming rhythm more and more. Especially now due to lockdown, because when you're, well, here in Germany the COVID numbers are just exploding and there's no end in sight, and well, we're just gonna all stay at home until we're all vaccinated. So, streaming with you guys is a way of keeping in touch with friendly and kind people, and that's something I really enjoy a lot. So, before we get too sentimental, let's slay some more monsters. I have no clue how many of those realm quests I would need to finish to do the candle there, but we're going to try out. I really am very interested in the Defiler class. But also, well, we had some Bernie Burn project yesterday in mind. One of my audience has shown me that Ifrits scale pretty nastily with burning, and then I found the Pyromancer class, and things might escalate a little bit, I hope. That's one future project. But the Defiler class looks pretty interesting too, and then there's the Astrologer, who does a lot of automatic triggers all the time. Well, we're going to stick with this for a while, for quite some time. So, I had 73% before, and I have now 79% after. That's good. So, I have already unlocked the Astrologer. So, astrologers allow their creatures to act on their own under certain conditions. I kind of like browsed over the perk tree, and it's a very innovative one, which is based around a lot of automatic triggers. I still haven't really whipped out the Hell Knight in a way that it should be sustainable. Could be interesting too. We got the Inquisitor, which uses healing as a offensive measure. Which, I don't know, that sounds underwhelming, but little do I know. And I got the Reaver. Your creatures will gain massive benefits in combat as battle continues to drag on. I think, well, I haven't tried that one out yet, but I think my yesterday's struggle with the Diabolic Hordes would have been relieved if I would have been a Reaver, because they seem to excel at long fights. So, and in the unlock queue, the Defiler will be probably done before I'm done with the Goblet thingy. Pyro seems to need a little bit longer, and the Cleric and the Evoker are just far away. Warden, far away. So that's the options for tonight. I'm going to have a little realm dive, and then maybe somebody wants to see something. I really love to work on recommendations or stuff you're interested at. Even if it's only remotely, I don't care. I really love to get a direction. Especially in games which just should vast amounts of content. It's really helpful when somebody says this. But I'm able to select something myself. It's going to probably be either Defiler or Astrologer. Yeah, we got it. Your Evoker build? Ooh. Yeah, I started unlocking it after you mentioned it, yes. Or somebody mentioned it. I don't know if it was you, Wicked, or somebody else. But yeah, Evoker and spellcasting in general. I've just discovered a whole new world yesterday. I was waiting for it, but it's slowly starting to happen. With games that are so vast, I really like to wait until a new feature piques my interest and then I dive into it. I really have learned to resist the urge to learn everything at once. And I have to resist that urge because it's just, I don't know, hard-coded into my brain. Try to swallow all knowledge at once. Just frustrates. Why does that thing take no damage? Oh, because they got this stupid Nemesis trait, which is exactly for people who is exactly designed for people like me who just like to stand on their E button during combat and hoping that it's over soon. Basically, this critter in the middle can only die when all the other companions have been brought down. There we go. Now the Nemesis can die. I like this mechanic. It's fun. Ooh, I found music. The title theme of Siralim 3. That's fun. That's really fun. Because I was talking a lot about Siralim 3 in my past streams. So I hope you guys all had a fine Sunday. I had quite a busy day today. Well, cooking escalated a little bit and it was great. I don't know how to spell it in English. I need to check it out. Wait a sec. There we go. Dear online brain. Chicken fricassee. Okay, that's like how you call it in English too. I spent a whole lot of time preparing that stuff. But it was delicious again. Mimics! I hate mimics. But luckily the druid build here just snips away all the buffs. And we slowly drain stats too, so... Really like the druid build I created to clear areas, although it's not that super fast, but it's also quite reliable if you go for underleveled content. So, I'm supposed to collect materials, okay. So I really enjoyed my yesterday's run with the Tribalist a lot, but I felt like the combo I was playing was just too straightforward to stick with it. Just take 6 Diabolic Hordes, stick them together, be Tribalist, and nuke the game. It sure works out quite nicely, but it's a little bit straightforward. But I see there's still a lot of improvement, and I will go for the improvement of that build in the long run, I guess, because it seems to be very powerful to just clear forward, but, well, grew quite boring quite quickly, I gotta say. Because they didn't have too many different options, but, well, if you just have 6 stat balls that only have one feature and that's extreme stats, gameplay sure can grow quite stale. I guess that's what's bothering me about that. I mean, that's not necessarily bad, it was super effective. It literally only got beaten by itself. The only time I lost was against the master of the Diabolic Hordes, so. Elf Barbarian, Elf Cleric, Elf Huntsman, Elf Monk, Elf Mystic. So, it's elves. Let's see, double trigger on dodge effects, double trigger on provoke effects. Effects that activate when creatures are afflicted or ignored. These are an odd bunch, I'd say. Truly, truly odd. Effects that activate when creatures die ignored. They seem to be a really nice layer for later stages of the game when you just want to shut down mighty effects on the enemy side, which are just annoying, because I can imagine that a few of these traits could be really, really important later. Much, much later. It's really interesting to see what has showed up here on the shop. Those shops were really not that vast last time I checked them. But these emblems, they really come together quite slowly. I feel like they are really a chore to grind. How do you feel? I feel like it's insane. Also, where's the materials, guys? Oh, it's really back in that last tiny corner that I didn't check. Oh yeah. That's how to speed clear floors. Not. Yep, right there in the corner. Okay. But the Defiler is ready. Hyorin, hi there, welcome. Happy to see you. Mimic, hello. Mimics show up in this realm quite often. So, I was wondering if anybody had some favorites about classes to try out. Anything on your side, Hyorin? Anything you might want to see in the interests? You always have nice ideas. I'm a little bit indecisive today, but when am I not? Defiler. Not really sure. Okay. I'm just gonna pick what I want to pick. So be it. What do we unlock next? Trickster. I haven't unlocked that guy yet, but I'm going to pick the next unlock for it then. So I haven't checked out the Reaver at all, and I wanted to have a look at the Defiler because specialized in debuff and stat reducing effects. And I like to play that stuff a lot. I hate fighting mimics, but fusing a mimic to my primary damage dealer was an amazing idea. It makes them act as the first unit in a fight, isn't it? That, if I remember correctly, that was the thing they did. I want to mimic to fuse with my smith guy. Those mimics are really odd nuts. Oh no, I want to change my wardrobe. Here we go. So what's my perks? Okay, anemia. Weak debuffs are more effective. Enemies have less maximum health. Period. Wow. Less intelligence, less attack, less speed, less defense. Okay, straightforward but very effective repertoire of things. Enemies take 10% more damage for each debuff they have. Sure, interesting, but not that super strong. Enemy buffs last for only one turn and their minions have double the chance to leave battle. That's really powerful. That's a really powerful one. Horror show. Enemies with fear have a chance to lose their okay. We can crank that up to 25%. Your creatures ignore shelled and bury. That's sick. I like that. Infirmity. At the start of battle, enemies are afflicted with a random debuff. Okay, we can bring up 3 debuffs for free. Languish increases the potency of your creature's effect that decreases enemy stats. So 100% increase, potency increase of stat decreases. Ooh, spicy. Enemy debuffs last 1 additional turn. Less damage for each debuff. Tenderness. Vulnerability up. Potency of enemies' effects that increase their stats gets lessened. Unholy Knight. After your creatures inflict enemies with a debuff, they deal damage to them equal to their lowest stat. Still, auto attack when debuffing something. At the start of battle, enemies lose health to 20%. Hard to specialize? Yeah, I wouldn't want to play this class for real until I have all the perk points to just buy everything. Because this class is just like, yes, yes, yes. And the list goes on like that until you have hit the last point and they're still at it. Yes. There's literally nothing which I could say it's better than the other thing. Oh yeah, I really think we're going to use that, or at least try if that's useful in the late game. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing, but let's check out the Reaver. But first, change my wardrobe. These do get saved, no? No, not the decoration mode again. Let's see. Yeah, I love this about this game, that the wardrobe is saving this stuff. Alright, let's check out the Reaver. Blitzkrieg. Your creature's attacks that happen simultaneously to the same target deal more damage. What's the definition of simultaneously, though? Well, I guess between turns? Okay, that's a little bit of an odd formulated thing. I think I understand what it does, but after your creatures take 2 turns, they become immune to debuffs for the rest of the battle? Cool. Mental Clarity. After your creatures take 2 turns, they can cast spells without consuming any charges. Each attack following the first. Hello, Loco! I wish it was, because if it was, I would be munching on crab burgers all day, because these things sound sure delicious. I never had one. I hope I'll have one someday. Okay, Mental Clarity, free charges. Mercurial. After your creatures are attacked, they fail and fail to dodge. Their chance to dodge attacks is doubled the next time attacked. Okay, free dodges basically. This doubles my chance to dodge until it is a guaranteed success. Nice. Onslaught. Your creatures deal 5% more damage and take 5% less damage for each battle you've won in the current realm. If you're not in a realm, these perks act. Cool. Okay. That's really cool. It's basically the global passive for this guy. I like that. Crab burger sounds great. Well, plankton sure tastes great. I mean, basically, well, isn't sushi the wrapping after all plankton? Krabby Patties. Proliferation. Your creatures deal 30% more damage for each turn taken in battle. Every turn, 30% more damage. That's sick. Battle fatigue accumulates faster. Starts to accumulate sooner. Battle fatigue was that increase of damage the longer a fight goes. Creatures have... Battle on 1. Relentless after your creature's attack and the attack fails to deal critical. It's the same one like the Mercurial, only for attacks. I'm sure you can create something tasty out of plankton as well. We have modern technologies. I believe in science. Your creatures attack and cast an additional time for every 2 turns they've taken. Does that mean that after 6 turns of a battle, my critters will attack 3 times, and after 8 turns, 4 times? And if so, this is fun class. Your creatures are immune to snared, frozen, and sleeping. Wait a sec, didn't we? Oh, that's per se immunity. But thanks for the information, Lokote. I always love to know my details about sushi. Enemies take more damage from battle fatigue. Oh, that's the one perk that makes battle fatigue work for us. Skirmish. Your creatures have a chance to attack an additional time. Okay. Stimulation. No longer take extra damage from battle fatigue. I was wondering if that thing wasn't there. Sick. Sure-footed. Enemies can move your creatures down in the timeline. Yeah, okay. But this doesn't sound like something which is too different from what I played yesterday, so I'm not buying. Astrologer. I wanted to look over the Astrologer another time, because that one was a little bit more interesting. So, Ascendant. Your creatures with the highest health starts battles at the top of the timeline. Okay, so I know who's going to start first. If your creatures have at least 1 debuff, they defend at the end of the turn. Free defend even if I attack. That's cool. If you have at least 3 dead creatures, your other creatures have a chance to resurrect after they attack. That's sick. Like 20% chance to resurrect your mates whenever you attack or cast a spell. Always. I like this class already. Okay, I think I'm going to play that. If your creatures have at least 3 buffs, they gain a random minion at the start of their turn. Okay. Cool. If your creatures have less than 80% health, they heal themselves for maximum health. Okay, healing is free too, if we're running low. So, your creatures with the highest intelligence always cast their topmost spell gem. Okay. Free spellcasts? Neat. Mercury retrograde. If your creatures have at least 3 debuffs, they are resistant to debuffs. Okay, we can have not more than 3. Cool. If your creatures have at least 5 buffs when they are killed, they are resurrected. So buffing myself is definitely some strategy I want to employ here. Solar Eclipse. Your creatures with the highest attack always attack at the end of the turn? Okay, cool. So I could defend with my highest attack creatures and they still would attack. This is pretty complicated to set it up, but it will be a wonderful machinery. I'm really happy with my tribalist setup. I believe. And That stuff you built there sounded really more fun than the stuff I built yesterday. I don't know, the Diabolic Hordes were quite effective, but I felt like they were a little bit boring to play with. I don't know. If your creatures have at least seven different minions, their attacks instantly kill enemies. Okay. Okay. Your creatures with the highest intelligence don't consume charges when they cast spells. Goes wonderful with the lunar eclipse. Okay, we get a free spell cast, and we get we get a automatic free spell cast with these traits. I like that. Your creatures at the top half of the timeline gain attack at the start of creature's turn. The most important part is at each creature's turn. Their attack increases 11 times until they get to act again. Do I read that correctly? I mean, sure, it's only 5%, but... Pooh. My brother also bought the game and he made an evenly cheesy build as mine. Wonderful. Cheese is just wonderful. I will play my Tribalist as well, and I want to amplify him too, but I'm really hungry to try out as many classes as possible right now, because I'm really curious what this game is offering. Sinistry. Your creatures with the highest defense always provokes at the end of the turn. That's wonderful. This is exactly the lazy guy class I was waiting for. Your creature with the highest speed always attacks enemies that deal damage to it. So highest speed and highest defense should be together. This would make an auto-provoking tank that counterattacks immediately. He's doing something with sacrificing a monster that deals his HP as damage. Oh yeah. I was thinking about a strat like this too. So lovely to see that somebody else is living the dream. Because I already know that I won't be able to do all the ideas I got in my mind, but I'm sure gonna try to do as many as possible. Because there's not enough people doing content for this game right now, and it deserves more attention, if you ask me. So, bottom half timeline gain defense. So... okay, I can't pair these together quite well. Too bad. Whatever. So, what would I play with this freaky kind of composition? I mean, I think buffs and spellcasting seem to be in order. These are the two things which appear to be quite good to me. So we need critters that are good at buffing and spellcasting. Sounds like something holy to me. So let's dive into the bestiarium. Whew, that's gonna be a difficult one this time. So I basically want critters which are really good at creating lots and lots of buffs for themselves, because that buffs up the whole situation a lot. Let's check out the perks again. So we have minion gain if we have enough buffs. That was one thing. Auto heal, that was not what I was looking for. And auto resurrect if we have enough buffs. So I feel like buffing is a extremely strong way to keep them alive. And, well, the other stuff, these increases of stats, they just happen quite automatically. I don't need to be too worried about that, but I really want to pick a formation where I don't need to work actively on my buffs, because that sure is the one thing that this class doesn't seem to provide automatically buffs to work with. So let's see. Your creatures attack one additional time. Well, no. No. Who's good at buffing themselves? I'm pretty sure it's going to be some light or nature creatures. Apocalypse is Apocalypses seem to be Reaver creatures. For each turn they've taken in the current battle. This is such a Reaver mechanic. Alright. Slowly starting to understand things better. Alrighty. Banshees. Bards. No, keep those bards away from me. Bats. No thanks. Brownies. No. We need something with buffs. I know there's something in the box with buffs, so that... Carvers. Oh, I have quite a lot of centaurs. I should try those with my tribalist another day. Tribalist and centaurs must be an insanely fun combination. Alright. Well, no. Please no, not the Cerberus show. Clutchers, I don't know what their which class they would be fitting well. The Centaurs, yeah, I think the Centaurs should be a real power show for each tribalist. Like, such a flurry of attacks. There's attack linked to basically every one of those. Okay. Barbarian. Crusader. Oh, here we are diving into some territory. Always has mending and leeching. Always has protected and repelling. It gains defense. After this creature attacks, it is shelled. Gains barrier. But these are not party-wide buffs. That's not sharing buffs in any way. Ents could be an option or something like that, but we're only at page 7. Devils were just very good against everything. Diabolics are definitely not a thing. Djinns are spellcasters. Dragons. No buff icons either. So if you have recommendations or ideas, I'm open. Also, that the first monster looks like it's gaining the second monster's classes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You can do crazy stuff. I was just trying to think about what that, what an amount of consequences that brings with the fusing. What you're saying there. I really need to try out the fusing system more. I'm not there yet, but we'll see. So ends. We have always mending. We'll take less damage while mending. Their mending buffs heal them immediately. Okay, ends are just mending. No. Daunting Gargantuan. Come on, there must be something in the toolbox. Yeah, thanks Streamlabs. I'm enjoying my stream a lot. Thanks for asking. Griffins. Your creatures start battles with arcane. I mean, I could just fit pieces together after all. I mean, maybe we'll do this. If I don't find any particular class, I'm going to, or race, I'm going to do it like that. I'm just going to plug together critters which give everyone buffs, but okay, arcane ain't that good because arcane wears off after one spell cast. This wouldn't be too good. But there was one end that gave mending to everybody, and I wonder if there weren't more creatures that had this certain quality of giving a certain buff to everybody. But, well, this wouldn't last forever though. But then again, I just need to... Well, I could do this also with spellcasts, but... Ooh, what do we have here? This might be something for the long run. At the start of battle, your creatures gain a random minion. Because we have also interactions with minions, you know. After this creature attacks, it gains a random minion after other creatures. Yes, yes. We definitely shouldn't try to specialize too hard here with the Astrologer into one race or something like that. So I want to have that. I'm not sure if I'm going to really use it at this point, but I feel like this idea is for now the best I've found, to just pick up pieces that seem to have an interaction I really do like. Your creatures always have Savage and have a greater chance. I already got that one, so that's another buff. And it's an always buff. Yeah, the Azura Bonebreaker will follow. Okay, let's pick up the first the minions. I like the idea. I'm pretty sure that this won't be the final build, but I really like the idea to take this as a stepstone, because I think all that buff stuff I can do with automatic spell casts later down the road, but I don't want to complicate the thing. Maybe automatic buff gain is a good thing, who knows. So let's see, do I have something I can already use? Doesn't look like. And your and your brother's strategy with killing creatures and reviving them is just awesome. There are so many many monsters in the game that work so well with that strategy. It's awesome. I really want to experiment around with that. Good news about this game is there's literally several ways to do every single strategy. I like that. At the start of this creature's turn, it afflicts enemies with a random debuff. I don't know if that's really a thing I need. Can't remember if debuffs were interacting as well. Bats are for sure not the stuff I'm looking for. I really wish when you summoned a creature, the book would be exactly on the point where you left it. That would be really good. I feel like searching for the spot I was in the list when I'm summoning one critter feels very clunky, and don't like that. Would be a simple quality of life improvement, which would really, really feel good. Maybe one day somebody will hear that. I mean, it's not horrible or something, but I love those little quality of life things, if they are possible. A lot of things would be nice, but they're really hard to code. I totally get that. So sadly, the Crusaders are not able to provide buffs to everybody, so they are out. I think the idea to pick critters who provide buffs for everybody is a nice idea. We might just fuse them later into other critters if we happen to use something else. Not sure. Complexity overkill. Well, looking through all these things again, but the ebony end is what I'm looking for. So I had to now memorize that I was on page 9, which I did, because it's helpful. Okay. Giants, Giants have really cool health interactions. I wonder if there's a specialization that is able to utilize that strongly. They have ways of increasing their max HP, crazily much. It's really looked interesting to me. Okay, I won't be picking this up because Arcane is just a disappearing buff, so I'm not interested in that. And we get free spellcasts after all, so... Oh, the hunters. One day I will do a hunter team, promise. Imlings. Wow, those are many. Do they have any buff strategy? No. So... Inquisitors. No, I'm not going to pick up that one. The guy which gives everyone a chance to spawn a minion is awesome, but this is just only a one-shot thing. Fusing that would be a thing, or putting it into an artifact maybe, but I don't think it's that strong. So zombies deal damage based on their master's highest stat. I want to do a necromancer team for these guys the other night. Playing the real necromancer for once. I didn't play necromancer, even though I finished the main story with it. I played more like a defiler. Big boned. Wow. Oh, leeching. Wait a sec. Leeches. Your creatures always have leeching. Oh no, I forgot the page. But I know I was... no, I don't know where I was. But it was here. Leeches. So, 4 down, 2 to go. Okay. Don't need the liches. The liches sound quite interesting too. Here, the maniacs, they are all about getting killed and doing stuff while getting killed. I really want to use them one day too because they sound quite fun. Masochists, no thanks. Mimic. I'm tempted to fuse one now that you guys mentioned it. I didn't come up with this idea myself, but I really, really do like it. It sounds very useful. So... creatures cannot gain stats. That's a really powerful line, but also dangerous for yourself. If your stats are bad, you're locked into that as well. After creatures are resurrected, no. Start of battle, 3 of your creatures gain rebirth. Okay. Yeah, sure, Jorn. I feel like this is one of the most difficult attempts I've taken so far, and I'm pretty sure that I won't be ending up with a result which I'm ultimately happy with, but I have to start somewhere. Debuff spreading. Pitwraith Redeemer is really cool. Extra effects, also not too interesting. Alright, turns out... oh, this guy. The perma-invisible guy. Ooh. Enemies can only attack 1 time per turn. Enemies can only resurrect 1 time per battle. I'm taking that one. This is supposed to be a lazy guy build, so let's take the lazy way of shutting down resurrects on the enemies. I always wanted to try that trade out after all. This creature always has propelling. I started to pick this other guy because I'm not sure if I'm going to be really able to get 6 buffs, like 6 creatures that have 1 buff for everybody. And Denial of Resurrection is also pretty cool. I don't want to be too picky, you know. It's boring if we get too picky. I'd have to look through this list 3 times. 1 time is fun, 2 times is sometimes necessary. More than that, I want to avoid at all costs. Okay. This creature is always repelling. This is buffing the repelling trade, but it's not really what I need. I want those free traits. Okay, so we have a slot open for the last creature. That's a little bit sad. That's a little bit sad. So 1 slot is open. Let's see. I think I'm going to level up my critters, fetch myself some tea, and then we're going to pick up the perks, and then I'm sure that I will have an idea what to do. Gonna be right back with some new tea. Now then. Oh, let's close the door for real. I don't like it when the cats open the door and leave it open and let all the cold air in the nice cozy room. So maybe I can use something I've already got. No, let's check out the perks. Not the decoration menu. Okay. So I definitely want to have the immortality traits. So after dealing damage with something, yes please. And I want the auto casts, and I definitely want the the free auto casts. So my 3 highest intelligence creatures will cast. Will consume no charges, but they will also never consume charges. So that's a very interesting thing to see. Now, what to pick next? I don't think that this is too important. This sounds really powerful because it increases the robustness of your creatures by a lot. And Equinox is definitely a thing I want to have because I was working on this one so hard. Fixed Signs, I want that automatic heal if we drop below 80% because this is just awesome. And let's see, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick that as of yet. And this solar eclipse is really cool. Oh, well, Stars Align sounds really cool, but I don't know if we can allocate 7 different minions. And okay, that's the stat increaser that I wanted. Highest defense creature always provokes. Highest speed creature always attacks. Okay. And there are the trait points flowing away. This is another class that just really wants to have everything here in the list. Okay, I want that new moon. This is something I want to work on. Okay, now what would be fitting? I mean, basically somebody who's just really good at dealing damage. would be fitting to that combo as well. Just a critter that's really, really powerful at attacking. Possibly. Or... no, I already have auto-resurrect. I don't need that. Usually I would be going like that, but no. That's really a little bit difficult. But yeah, let's pick up the Plague Alchemist for now. I like the idea. A buff stripper is always good to have. Okay, so we will pick up. Wait a sec. Ah, I already got these. Now, that's possibly the weirdest combination I ever tried, and I'm not sure if it's going to be good at all. So, first we need to check out which are my highest intelligence creatures. That's gonna be my Ebony End, my Oculum Leech. So, yeah, definitely these three. These three get free spell casts, and they get to cast their first spell on the, which is equipped instantaneously. So, let's dive into magic today. That's why I always avoided spellcasters, because they are just even more preparation before you can finally play. Maybe I'm a little bit too impatient sometimes. So I'm going to turn the camera off for a few minutes. Gonna be right back. But we're just going to talk through that. So, antidote. I want something with damage to the target, then bounces to each of the target's allies at random. Well, that doesn't sound too crazy. Target is afflicted with snared. Okay. Target and all enemies take devastating amount of damage. This damage is split amongst all enemies. Cyclone Strike. I remember that being used against me and it really hurt. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here. Enemies take a large amount of damage. Elemental Wrath. Okay. Enemies take a massive amount of damage and the caster is afflicted with silence. The face cam will be back in a few minutes. Just turned it off. Because I don't want to record myself sometimes. Can talk in the Discord about why that's a thing. Enemies take a moderate amount of damage 3 times, but I think I already got 2 nature gems that I just want to pack onto the creatures. I got 2 nature and oh, I need something with death. Didn't I have? Vampirism. Yeah, sure. True Light. Well, I fused that. I did that into a death spell. Summon Conquest. Oh well, no. Let's see what kind of death spells I can do. Why now? It's been a long time since I looked into these the last time. Ooh, enemies are afflicted with cursed. I do like that. So we're going to go into battle quite soon, because I just want to equip the first few spell gems and then I want to see if it really works like I imagine, and if it does, it will kill a lot of enemies just instantaneously. I don't want to use single target effects here. That's just boring. Ooh. Target takes mod around of them or spell seal. Oh no. Enemies are afflicted with poisoned. Oh. I do have a relic that interacts with poison really much. Soul Harvest. Okay. The summonings, sure. Terra, Unholy. Target takes damage. Okay. Enemies are afflicted with weak and vulnerable. Oh yeah, perfect. This is exactly the kind of spell which I love to see spread among enemies at the beginning of a fight, because this is just a nice softener. Yeah, I really love spellcasting and I really want to start getting into it. But one thing at a time. Okay, now these guys are going to be my attackers, so they receive the swords I got. And these guys are my spellcasters, so they'll receive my spellcaster gear I'm not featuring, so take defense gear instead. Yeah, I need to invest a lot of brimstone here in this department. Too bad. Let's take the really useless one. Because I don't want to install something which is just not interacting at all. Okay. I'm back. Let's just take this into for a walk in the park and see what'll happen. I really got no clue if I understand everything correctly, so let's go. 10 behind. Is everybody on the correct level? Okay. Fasten your seatbelts. First try on the Astrologer. I think I'm doing it wrong. But I don't know. I feel like the Astrologer is a class that just has a lot of ways of being played. So shouldn't they be... Oh, I forgot to install the spell gems. Silly me. I was like, why is nothing happening there? That's an explanation, of course. Okay, let's wrestle them down real quick. Spells just don't work if you don't install them, I heard. So, Cyclone Strike. Oh yeah, okay. Whoops. Now, where were we? I didn't go without the spell gems. No, never. Okay, Cyclone Strike for this one. I only put up the Worm Rod here. Okay. Now let's try it again. I mean, at least I called it when I said I think I'm doing it wrong. Oh, hey there, Meraxis. Long time no see. So, how does that work now? Yeah, they cast that when they get to act. Okay, we also want these creatures to act. Strategy cast. Strategy cast. Alright. This one can actually... Well, you should get some other spell casts too. Permanently applying those debuffs won't be doing anything, but... Alright. Oh, creature subduation is the one. Okay, let's see. Well, underwhelming is the word I'm looking for. But let's see. Am I doing things wrong, or at the end of their turns they do that? Okay. I see. I understood that like it was acting as the first thing in the turn. That's why I was so confused. Okay, but so far I need to amplify those spellcasts, I think. The Cyclone Strike seems to be really powerful, but the other guy's spell is really not too fascinating. Oh, I love that room. I love nether portals. So, but all the favor is worthless if you have no tokens. Mind Explosion. Alright. But we do start with the 3 buffs at the beginning of the fight, and the leeching is quite powerful after all. And yeah, cursed is a thing. I think I'm going to use that against a higher depth. Maybe increase the potency of my spell gems a little bit. That's what I'm going to try. Also, I might be thinking about using something for the leeches, which is not a debuff, because the debuff seems to be quite underwhelming. The Cyclone Strike really kicks. Cyclone Strike should be a really good thing. Ooh, what's that? This creature's spell gems don't consume any charges, but are sealed after they're cast. Okay, interesting concept. Okay. I really need spellcaster artifacts. I can't expect from them to work under these circumstances. Maybe the other guy would be really powerful if he had a proper spellcaster artifact. So let's work on these 2 things, increasing the potency of the gems themselves and increasing the potency of the spellcasters. Next project. I mean, I never set up a spellcaster formation that features spellcasting as a vital point of the strategy. So, well, this is, I think, really good beginner material because I'm a beginner myself right now. I'm enjoying it to take things step by step. But it works. I mean, we get double casts per turn, and these guys never will run out of charges. And then I can think about using spells from other spells from the same domain, because these 3 guys can always cast for free. So I like the conceptual balance in the Astrologer a lot. Like, you have 3 attackers and 3 spellcasters. You have the the upper half of your timeline. You have the lower half of your timeline. It's all about dualities. And I really dig that concept because it's, yeah, really cool. Really cool. A little bit difficult to pull it off, and I'm pretty sure that I haven't grasped it fully yet, but I think that's mainly because it's also quite versatile. But I hope I was able to pull up the survivability part. I mean, the next step would be looking for spells which bring my critters to 5 buffs. Which shouldn't be that hard. I mean, we can basically select whatever spells we want because I have materials to forge them into the proper element. So, Vulcanar, Great Pandemonium. Luckily I did these riddle gnomes for quite some time in Siralim 3, and yeah, I memorized them. Hooray! Another ebony end is ready. Oh no, come on, where's the last critter? There. But I feel like this has some potency, especially due to the promise of a high survivability. If the enemies don't hinder me from resurrecting, sounds like it has a quite high chance of keeping chain resurrections happening. If we add up some resurrection spells in every unit on top of that, which isn't too hard, we might be having a quite fun time here. Oh man. I hate it when they do that. Alright. I'm pretty sure that the other spell just doesn't kick it because there's no good artifact. Oh, we got 5 emblems! That's cool. That's so cool. I really want some nice and powerful death spell for the other guy. Wow, they really hit it this time deep. I think I found the last squad now. Alrighty. Hooray! And they even fight. Man. And I feel like I have a better feeling with the fact that I'm now using spellcasters and attackers. This has a better balance in my feeling. Best monsters in the game you get from emblems. Well, they are among the really rare picks, so I'd say their traits must be among the stronger ones. I mean, I don't know if these critters differ in their base stats. We will explore that the other day. I mean, this, since there's a regular audience to this game, I really don't mind to stream it that often, or more often. We're going to stream, of course, other games as well, don't you worry. I'm not going to do this, turn this into a Siralim channel, but base stats are about the same. But I really dig what I'm doing here. Okay, where were we? Spells. I haven't looked into god creatures too much yet, mainly because I wanted to wait until I have enough emblems to actually buy something. Nothing annoys me more than me looking at things that I can't buy, which I really want to have. Oh, not socketing. I want to upgrade. So here we go. Let's see how far I can go. I only got 1 staff so far. Can we destroy artifacts? So I can unsocket items, okay. Let's unsocket the Master of Priests. Oh, wait a sec. Oh no, I just destroyed that thing. Yeah, mistakes have been made. Yeah, whatever. Rip Priest formation. Kick Freak, yeah! Mistakes have been made. And I'm happy to see you. I thought I would be retrieving the gem and not the other way around. Whoops. I want buyback! Okay, after this shock, let's craft another staff. I just destroyed one of my master traits, but I'm pretty sure that I will regain it if I smack another Master of Priests. It's not that terrible. I just won't be able to use it for a while. Okay, so tier 30 staves must be enough for now. Let's socket them with pure intelligence. Love this system. You can exactly define what kind of stuff you want to have. It's amazing. Spell potency. Yes, please. Ooh. I could do that twice, but not yet. we need to do the potency stuff first. So this will really make quite a lot of a difference here in terms of impact. These are really nutty items now compared to what we were using before. Okay, now this might be even better than the item he's using right now. So let's give, yeah, definitely better. Let's give the weakest one to the worm for now. Okay, this should do a ton. But before I can continue, I really want to have something spicier than Wormrod. Debuffs are nice and dandy, but that's also not too interesting. I mean, I could just pick something from a different realm, but isn't there any good nuke on death? I mean, seriously, target buffs. A lot of these things are just so situational. Enemies are afflicted with cursed. Well, cursed is a really, really powerful one, but I don't know. Target loses access to the extra traits. Disarmed. Poison and blight. Something. I don't want to do single target spells, but it looks like, yeah, single target damage seems to be the prime strength of death magic. Wait a sec, Flood of Darkness? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we do this. We doing this. I like this. Damnation. And Flood of Darkness. This way it doesn't matter that he doesn't have the highest intelligence right now. This is just fun and a good solution for now. Because I love to have permanent debilitation on the enemies via curse. This makes them hurt themselves when they hit my units. And at the same time, let's go for Wormrod too. So here we go. Mr. Debuff. And I don't feel that brave. I don't want to trigger a master fight that I would be regretting, but let's go for this. Quite excited if it works out. Quite excited about those artifacts. I'm out of brimstone now basically, but I guess I'll transform some of my other resources quite soon and see how much upgrades I can do. I just didn't want to commit too hard lately because I had no clue what kind of stats we would need. Okay, let's go for Wormrod. Oh yeah, that's something different now. Topaz Carbuncle. This realm is so beautiful. It's one of my favorites, actually. It looks like a retro fairy tale thing. I think it's also one of the new maps. Aurum, yeah. I can't remember Aurum from the base game, but I didn't finish the story there. So, let's see. Gems of Galaxy. The spells from the God Shrines become now more and more interesting for me. Let's check this stuff out. Plus 10% more damage for each buff of your creatures have. Then these buffs are removed. Target gains Shelled and Arcane. Your creature's spell gems with the cascading property now consume 3 charges when cast and are 50% more potent. Okay. Crystal Dune Shard. Your creature's spell gems are more potent when they have an odd number of charges, and less potent when they haven't. If you can pull it off, then everything has odd numbers. It's really great, but if not, it's it's bad. Okay, it's just a critter for that. What a wacky stat! But I mean, the things you do for for damage bonuses, because 70% more potency is a lot. This really makes a lot of difference. So we get a Mind Storm on us. What I do like about this combo is that it comes with Mending and Leech permanently. This means the sustain is... We got sustain when we fall under 80%, and we got sustain via these traits, so or buffs rather. Really like that. Should be hard to kill. I don't know how much it's worth though. If we just get nuked into oblivion like Tarun, like with the Tarun Jr. accident the other night. Really need to pay attention to the worm. I wonder if how I would be able to do a macro for that. Added macro. Add line. If any enemy has... Can I configure cursed? Has debuff. Cursed. Cast. Flood of Darkness. Bam. If any enemy has cursed, cost Flood of Darkness. That's what it's going to be. And this creature's strategy will be now macro. There we go. Simple yet effective. Let's see if it works, though. Might be not working because the cursed effect is not there and the macro could not... Okay, and then he just attacks if the macro can't fire. That's cool. Cheers to that. I was wondering if I would have not needed to tell the macro what to do if the enemies are not cursed, but seems like fills out the blank spot for me. Nice. Okay. This is better than I thought, actually. Let's put this to the stress test. Looks like this works quite well. Let's go for some extra beefy enemies. So I plan to do some ACS stream in tomorrow evening, so just wanted to announce that to everybody interested already today, so you know what's up tomorrow. I was just like, since the evening stream, the weekend streams were something out of the ordinary, I really wanted to take that chance and dig deep into Siralim. Good opportunity, because I really try to stream as many games as possible during the week so everybody can have his share. Bile Stitches. And also I really love diversity. Don't you think that I'm only doing this to appeal the masses? No. I'm the happiest if I can be a little bit around everywhere. There's just too many good games. Ooh, we're getting smacked here. So here's a high amount of debuffs on us. Let's see how bad that is. We're silenced. I was waiting for a situation like this. Alright, here we go. Only 3 left. We're now even resurrecting if we're attacking our allies while confused. So, I mean, I'm right now provoking destiny, but it works out quite well. So if this, if I would have wanted to survive that really badly, I could have done that a lot better by defending and not attacking into confusion. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But seems like the perk which makes me resistant against debuffs is really important too. There was one which made me resistant after my units had 3 debuffs on themselves. So basically flooding me with debuffs isn't possible anymore. So I want to see if that macro works. But everything dies before before we take a second turn. Oh. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I am not using realm instabilities yet. If we, as soon as we start using realm instabilities, stuff gets really funky, because everything, every monster there is already fused. So it's a really funny extra layer of diversity, if I understood that correctly, because I understood it like that. I never tried it out yet, actually. One thing at a time, you know me. But I feel like this spell is still doing underwhelming damage. I really want to check out if I'm not able to bring up something else. Even with better gear. Even with better gear. You're not there yet either, yeah. No need to rush things. I don't need to be the first guy who's running out of content to play. Oh man, I really like this so far. This is really chill. Ooh. Okay. I think we just did our quest here. I wonder when it is a good time to start farming cards. That's one thing I really wonder. So, let's see. Can't I just create another copy of Cyclone Strike? I mean, I was using a spell called Spectral Crash. Deals double damage when cast as Savage. Ooh, that sounds cool too. Oh, you can summon Spiderlings. I didn't even know. Well, I really wish that I would have had some... that there would be some better readout of the amount of damage spells do. Right now, I feel like we have to rely on pretty arcane and obscure wordings to understand how much damage something does. I find it quite hard to make an objective measure of which spell is stronger and which is not. So let's try this out. Or am I alone with that problem? Elemental Wrath. Okay, let's see. Also, I want to upgrade those Cyclone Strikes because I have really enough gemstones to do so. I don't think that I need to do anything here. Chant. There was some potency thing, if I remember correctly. Here, potency gained based on speed, defense, or health. Let's see. I think this guy shines in defense, doesn't he? Yeah. Let's do... No. Defense. Yes, Ebony End. Bam. And we also go for damage increased by bam. Ooh, this will hurt. And this fella here is fast, so we can go for the upgrade, which is potency based on speed. Perfect. Don't have enough materials for that one though. Oh, too bad. What does cascading do? Cascading sounds like multiple casts, and that sounds awesome. Let's see. Spell jump. Potency is increased for each charge. No, no. Magnetic potency is increased for each creature in your party with the same spell equipped. Ooh, tasty. Singular. Well. Okay, the rest is not that arcane. Moderate means normal attack with medium damage, I think. Yeah. Well, you. After all, I'm wrapping my head around it because, I mean, as long as it is consequent, as long as moderate always means moderate and so on, you start to get a measure for it. And I mean, after all, if it's the intention of the dev, I respect that. So, I just feel like that's a little bit hard to get into, and there are already a lot of other things I need to get into in this game, and yeah, I think that sums it up quite well. This feels like it is a little bit unnecessary, after all. Okay. My critters do take a lot of damage, though. They are not too resistant to damage. I feel like this could be a long-term problem here. But maybe that's being mitigated by the resurrects. I'm not sure about that yet. The damage output is real, though. Yeah. It's just easier to wrap your head around it. Wow. People are dying quite fast, though, gotta say. We're doing a lot of damage to ourselves, though, too. It's not like this is one-sided. And since this formation has so many... well, it is quite versatile. For every part dying, I get closer to resurrects, and... well, there is no real worst case scenario. I either lose all my spellcasters and then I end up with strong attackers, or I lose one spellcaster and 2 attackers. There's always something there which still works out. That's really cool. I had several formations which didn't have this kind of stability in itself. This is really cool. Maybe the dev didn't want to make the mechanics look too Pokemonish. Yeah, probably. I have no clue. We can put down an Imling plush. Oh, I love it. I mean, I'll take the game as it is. No problem. It's just something I feel like could be better. Would feel easier to me. Oh, we need to stop attacking the Nemesis. Stop punching the Nemesis. Stop punching the Nemesis. Now you may punch the Nemesis. Good God, my critters are one-shots. The other guys really need some upgrades too, I guess. Because I feel like this doesn't look too healthy. Right on cue. Good job, Karma. So let's see if that happens more often, or if that was just a unlucky comp. I mean, there are domains which counter your concept better than others, and I really need better artifacts on my crowd. I'm not sure if these pure intelligence things are actually the best way to go, because one thing I realize, these guys need to amp up their resilience, because that's just too much damage getting through. This is not tolerable. So 176. But okay, we are under level actually. But I never like it when my units die before the health bar moves. That's never a good sign. It's never a good sign. Okay, so turns out this needs a lot of polish, but I didn't expect anything else. Ooh, a sealed spell gem, naughty. But I do gotta say, my minion master, like Wait a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different minions. This unit achieves the threshold to insta-kill units. With the Stars Align trait, if I would have it, actually. That's nice. So, probably I'm not there yet. That's actually what I honestly feel like is the problem. I mean, this is a solid foundation. I feel like you can improve a lot on that. But I definitely like the part with Savage Mend and Vampirism, or Leech. But it is not resilient enough yet. Strong AoE nukes just swipe that thing away, and I can't do anything against that. We need something solid. Thanks. Tottereth is such a cutie. Berserker Fiend. Creatures always berserk and deals more damage while this buff is active. Lacerate. If the target has bleeding, it takes a massive amount of damage. Otherwise, it deals a moderate damage and fleets target bleeding. Okay. After this creature attacks, it deals 100% of damage dealt to 2 other. Whoa. Neato. I like that. Simple yet effective. Brutal Elegance. Okay. This ain't bad, but the buff stripper unit is really not that versatile. And yeah, I feel like the alchemist needs to go. It needs to be replaced with something which adds more robustness into the team. And I'm not convinced about the resurrection lock guy either. So the last 2 slots of my formation feel really, really wonky to me. But I really like this part here. I really like this part here so far. Enemies don't really have buffs that often. Yeah, but when they do, you really cry. I feel like I'm going to add that trait somewhere into this formation. Like, mimics are really easy to kill if you just dispel them their buffs. And I've encountered a lot of situations where I felt like it's so powerful to be able to cleanse buffs from enemies, because sometimes I feel like it's almost impossible to win a combat because of the buffs on the enemy unit. Yeah, something like that. I feel like buff management is something you will need when you play the game deeper. Yeah, there's a spell for this. Master of Colossus. What? Wait a sec. Did I just beat a master and didn't notice it? I think I did. Whoopsie. Your Colossus start battles with 30% more current health and maximum health for each Colossus fighting on your side. What the heck? There needs to be something which interacts with the amount of HP. I want to have some spells which are like growing stronger the more HP a unit has. This sounds like such a fun concept. Not that impressive, but fun nevertheless. Okay. Man, I must be a little bit tired if I even miss a master fight. So, well, so far I feel like I'm in a good way with the Astrologer. Certainly haven't really claimed its potential, but I feel like perk points would be really, really good. Extra perk points. But at the same time, I feel like I made some really nice decisions here. I especially like the Infernal Inquisitor. The application of minions is just really, really good there. I There's this thing that deals its max HP as damage to all enemies. Oh yeah, something like that. We need to do some body slam build. I'd call it body slam. Good night, Joe. I hope you will have a fine night, and going to look forward to see you again. Sleep well. Yeah, of course they are. There are several things. I just noticed that this critter here, after this creature attacks, it gains a random minion. I think there must be a... If I remember correctly, there was a spell which made a creature attack several times. I wonder if that wouldn't be an awesome trigger to summon an absurd amount of minions. I mean, every time this creature attacks, right? So if I get to, if I make it attack 5 times in a row, this should trigger after all. Good thing about minions is they are just free buffs. Yeah, it does. It does exactly do that. If he attacks twice, he gets 2 minions, so this would work. This would definitely work. I want to have that somehow. Or I'll fuse some traits into this guy, making him attack more often. This minion master must just attack super often, and it will be totally okay. Pyro! I finally have the Pyromancer unlocked. Nice. I was looking forward to that a lot. Yeah, but Astrologer is really feeling way smoother than I anticipated. I mean, I clear out this floor quite well at this point. We gained perk points. Hooray! This definitely feels a lot more rewarding than the Diabolic Hordes, which I played yesterday. It wasn't the Tribalist, it was the Diabolic Hordes. The Diabolic Hordes are just nuts, but very dumb. Activating on Splash would be too powerful, right? Yes, definitely. I think that's why the wording is after attack. You need to find ways to make the critter attack more often. And I think that's absolutely an absolutely fair deal. Especially since this threshold thing of 7 attacks, 7 different minions, and he can one-shot enemies. I mean, basically, if I think that even further, this means not only this critter will gain an insane amount of minions, he will also be able to chain gun instant death on enemies. We need to do this. There must be a way. I mean, it doesn't work on bosses, so it's not the least little bit overpowered because you can't burn down nether bosses with it or something like that. But it's Doombringer. Yeah, I want to learn that. This sounds like a good thing to go. Oh yeah, that was Pyromancer too. But I think I saw something like that. Even with the nature stuff, like attack several times, wasn't there? Enemies take a... no, that was 3 times. Lycanthropy, no. I'm so sure that I saw a spell which made just a little flurry of attacks happening. An artifact equipped with... after this creature kills an enemy, it attacks adjacent enemies for 100% more damage. Oh, that could work. That could work. We could also try to do this like that. Oh yeah. Good idea, thanks. Thanks, so good. There's always a way to do this. Infernal Inquisitor. Let's see if I can do something here. attack damage now. So sadly I can't do anything here. Well, thing is I need to have a trait for that. But maybe I do have one. I mean, there are a lot of extra attacks. After this creature attacks, the target has a 100% chance. And the enemy's adjacent. No, that's not what we need. No. Your creatures adjacent to this creature attack 2 additional times. Oh, that would be good. Yeah, that's true, Hjorin. But the thing is, since your enemies scale endlessly, you need the cheesiness, as far as I understood things. So I have an idea how we're going to do that. So I need to socket the Asura's sword. We're going to use this thing. I really like that one. Here, your creatures adjacent to this creature attack 2 additional times. This will make the end attack 2 additional times, but who cares? He has also a chance to spawn minions, but this will make the Inquisitor attack more often. Problem solved for now. So let's go for Realm 82. Yeah, well, I could fuse this Inquisitor guy too, but since trade gems are often just lying around and never being used by me, I rather plug them in if they sound like something I want to use at this point. If I ever feel like I regret this decision, I can destroy the trade gem after all. Or just forge a new artifact. So let's see. But I do like the fact that I'm starting to specialize every single monster in the formation more and more. Like now I have a dedicated minion master. Which is a fine thing. Kill a renegade in this realm. Okay. At least it's only one node to get into. Yeah, well, the spellcast nukes hit like a truck right now. Really dig that. So, if I am able to solve the resilience problem, I feel like we're seeing a really good direction here. Wow. And there I was thinking that we have found the renegade. I have a few, yeah, but I can't remember right now which ones, but we're going to check this out in a sec. Cyclone strikes are so strong. It's like, wow. I really love how this game has also a ton of collectibles, which are either fluff or adding insane little layers into the late game. Like the cards are also a insane power-up instrument. Like, have you already looked into these? Those buffs you can get, they are insane. Like, I mean, 30% more damage against nature creatures per se. Bam. And there's 903 different card albums, so yes, this game is definitely turning super cheesy. So we're going to check out the skins once I'm done here. I wonder which master we will be facing today. Yeah, they are super rare. Cards are super rare. That's why the Divination Candle is that great. Because with the Divination Candle you can summon everything you have sea knowledge about. And as soon as you have the max rank of knowledge of a creature, the drop rate for cards even increases. So ultimately with the divination candle you can just grind a certain creature until you have the card for it. And that's I love the divination candle thing. Oh boy, we're in trouble. And already the first resurrects are happening. I need to do more resurrect things though. I really need to do more resurrect things. Oh, it's a nemesis party. Ha! This time I paid attention. So sadly, our fights are over that quickly that we're almost not able to see anything in action. A rank is for A rank is for cards, S rank unlock the assassination. Ah, thanks. Ah, hey, no game, no life. I unlocked the pyro today. Happy to see you tonight. I was hoping that I would be seeing you. So we're close to ignition. I shall make puns all night when I do this, or at least die trying. For the resurrect, I had a Dusk Osane fused with the Reviving Unicorn. Yeah, maybe I will use the Reviving Unicorn after all. Sounds like a solid idea. Because after all, I feel like the more auto-revive mechanisms you have, the better. There seems to be simply no limit to this. You're lurking. Ah, nice to see that. Already, I'm overall really happy about all you guys hanging around. You're a really nice company. Grateful for that. I didn't expect to see so many people being interested in that game. It was quite a surprise and quite a pleasant one as well.
You're welcome.
Ooh, thanks for the follow. You're much appreciated, Hi Friedel. Daily streams happening from Monday to Friday, and if I can manage, also at Saturday and Sunday. And we're being snared to death, so that works against us. Okay, I'm gonna fetch myself some drink. I'm gonna be right back in a sec. It's much a niche game, but those seem to work well for you. Yeah, well, you know, for those games with a wide and public audience, there are tons and tons of content creators who want to do, and they are doing quite quality. They are doing tons of quality content, but the niche games, they are underrepresented in the content creation community. And since I love that game, it works out quite well for me. So I do have that unicorn thing, and I'm really unhappy with the Let's take the Plague Alchemist away. I feel like that was the least useful fella in the formation so far. The Unicorn Vivifier is at least useful. Let's just see if the 3. It's always the. Yeah, luckily this thing doesn't have too much intelligence, but it's quite a strong attacker, so that's actually quite good. Ooh, I still got this quite powerful sword here. But can we please talk about reordering stuff? So this guy does make neighbors attack more often, so that would be better. Well, I'm happy that more people do like the stuff I play, because after all, it's really fun to see these games represented a little bit more. Because, you know, I don't need a audience of hundreds and thousands of people to make this a living. A couple of thousand really fine people are more than enough, and honestly, I'm not... Whoa, I've never been after the big glory and fame and whatnot. That's not exactly my venue. I just want to make a good living for me and my family and share the fun of games I love, and, you know, let's see where this journey will lead us. Just want to have a solid little business, and it seems to turn out quite well with all you fine folks. Appreciate that. So, knowledge increased. The Ice Realm I haven't visited for quite a while. Okay. So, with critters dying that much, it's probably been a really good idea to bring the Unicorn Vivifiers trait into this squad. It's a real classy one, but it's also a timeless classic, which works out super decent. And since I'm a little bit underleveled, I don't mind to grind that level yet again. Because I enjoy the Astrologer, because he doesn't work at lots of ends and situations here. Like with the Tribalist, it was already... or no, the Demonic Hordes. I really need to emphasize this a lot more. With the Demonic Hordes, they were just such stat balls that I feel like if I would be trying to, I'm pretty sure I could just now grind down like, I don't know, 50 to 100 levels. Don't know how long this cheese will work without too much resistance before I would need to think about more specialization. I would probably need to forge a few artifacts, but that's not really too creative. Maybe add a few traits that would be packing more punch, but I think like the Diabolic Hordes are a very straightforward way to success. And it's always good to have one, because I love to experiment around problems, but there's always a point where I'm like, well, let's just nuke them and get past a certain block of story, if you get my idea. Oh man, they got this stupid lockdown on us. There are creatures which have a sort of lockdown where they check out if... Ooh, there were many attacks. What's higher on your creature, strength or intelligence, and strong creatures get scorned and intelligent creatures get silenced, and then all your basic strategies won't work anymore. It's quite annoying. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's ACS stream, though. I'm really feeling some desire again to pick up the Immortal stream and such. I took a little bit of a break of the game the past few days. I pre-recorded the last 3 episodes I uploaded because I wanted to step away a little bit, but now I'm there again. Really, it's really a healthy exercise to step back from certain games which you play for a long term, for a couple of days, to check out if you really want to play it still, or if it has grown a habit, and habits are most of the time not making you happy, you know. Habits don't make happy. So when things grow stale. At least that's what I think when it comes down to gaming. That doesn't count for life. And life habits are really valuable to make your life stable and grow. I took a break too because I needed to start over again. Yeah, these are moments where I usually take a break too, but I gotta say ACS has a way of keep coming me back. That's what I'm trying to say. Because there's just so much to discover, and yo cat. She's trying to attack my chair. Okay. Kitty needs some airtime too, I guess. Is she on cam? Yeah. Naughty little cat. Yeah, she's demanding attention, definitely. Not because I was doing badly, but because I found ways to make it better. Yeah. Yeah, she loves doing that lately. She loves doing that lately. That's okay. She starts to grow old, and I noticed that she's she's looking for way more attention than she used to. But that's just okay. Okay, now that has worked out quite well. Let's dive deeper. Right now, I really enjoy to record some hours of gameplay for each class that I like to play, and try to create some overview for people who are indecisive as me. Really like how this works out so far. Here goes the Vivifier. Chain gun resurrects. I should really consider if I don't want to bring a critter which benefits from dying minions around him. There are whites which absorb stats when units die around them. And since dying and being reborn happens quite often in this formation... Still there, cat? Yeah, okay. This might be a strategy. Ooh, Disease Axe. Your creature's stat slots provide 15% more benefit. That's sexy. Ooh. This isn't a direct upgrade for all equipped artifacts. Increasing stats. I really want to rethink my buff policy as well. There are a lot of things which I think I will do differently in the future. But I do like this. I really love using the Smith as well. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I haven't found the opportunity to use him yet, but he sure sounds like a unit I want to try as well. I saw that one and I immediately liked it, but because I really love the these upgrading things. All right. Way more stable now. The Vivifier was really a good thing. Also, the Vivifier has insanely high attack stat compared to the other critters. Well, he was stronger compared to other ones way back then. But, well. All right. So I really feel like this Satyr guy can still go. I mean, shutting down resurrects is quite nice, but it was more like a gimmick. I don't agree with that. I have equipped him with an artifact that boosts attack with 150%, but ignore it on their attack round. Oh, the counter attack one. This is so good for counter attacks. So it looks like a perfect fit for the Smith since it decreases. That's an interesting venue. I always thought to take this for counter-attacking units, you know, that get their attack out when they get attacked. Yo, cat. Okay. Cool. More perk points. Of course, I think there are, for a lot of things in this game, multiple uses. I really think there are. Okay, this works out really, really well now. Now we just need to... I think something which would spawn barrier or something like that. Oh, the Inquisitus? Let's see if we can tackle that master. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at those. Oh my god. It works really super nice. The amount of extra attacks is insane. Okay, what did we get? Inquisitor Master. If all the creatures in your party are Inquisitors, they gain a random minion at the start of their turns. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. My Necromancer will be back with this one. I already wanted to do a Necromancer, a Inquisitor-only Necromancer team, because I feel like these might be even among the best units to take for the Necromancer. I don't want to say the best, because I'm not fond enough about the topic yet, but they really revolve extremely well around minions in general. So we're going to do a Necromancer stream too, quite soon. A real Necromancer. The true Necromancer. Can't wait for that. Yeah, the Vivifier really softens these chain gun deaths a lot. And I might be really adding just the white. I think it is a very, it was a unit I gathered really early. All those setups benefit Tribalists too, because you can take two monsters that are really good support, like the Smith or Healer Reser. Yeah. I really enjoy to see what you're doing with Tribalists, because they pique my interest quite hard too. But I want to strive deeper into different things for now, because, you know, this is not only fun, this is also a little bit of work for me, and I really want to cover up as many classes as possible, as quickly as possible, so people can get an impression of classes if they don't want to try to experiment around by themselves. Considering how complicated things here are, I really hope that this is helping people to get some ideas how to pull things off. That's what I'm hoping here. And I think you're absolutely right, Jorn, that this game works really well for me, because I love explaining stuff, and this game offers a ton of things to explain if you really want to. And there are a lot of things to learn, and I love learning. I really like to learn. It makes me feel happy to learn. But I'm too lazy for science. I admit it. I grew too lazy for science. Okay, we can turn in the clerics. Awesome. Let's learn the sorcerer next. And also, I wanted to have a look at my collection here. So the pyro. I wanted to check out the pyro before I leave. So, perks, Backdraft. After an enemy takes damage from burning, they are afflicted with either scorned or silenced. Seriously, that's a nice start. Gonna turn down the cam for a few minutes. So, burn out. Your creatures deal additional damage equal to the potency of their burning debuff. Okay. If an enemy dies while it is afflicted with burning, it cannot be resurrected. Ooh, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. After your creatures are damaged or healed by burning, they gain shelled. Your creature's shelled ignores the burning debuff. Ooh, cool. Okay, bottom of the timeline if you're burning. After your creatures are damaged or healed by burning, a random enemy takes damage equal to... Okay. Enemies always have burning. After an enemy takes damage, they also take a bomb. Resurrection if my creatures are burning. Okay. That's an interesting thing. So we intensify burning on everybody if my critters get affected by burning. Your creature's spells that interact with burning have more potency. Your creature's spells that interact with burning do not consume charges. Alright, Living Flame. So Firestarter and Living Flame together, I see. After an enemy takes damage from burning, each of your creatures have a chance to cast a Scourge spell on an enemy. Wow. Wow. Brutal. Just simply brutal. And needs a certain setup, but I think that is a very, very satisfying thing to build. I can't wait for it. So we're going to do one or two more clears tonight. I don't want to go into Cleric right now or other ones because I already got enough information in my brain. I'm very, very satisfied with my Astrologer though. We're going to improve that the next time I play him, but it's a solid start. Wow, the hunters are really dissecting this team. The curse came a little bit too late, but at the same time, we're still... I'm quite surprised how much impact they keep up while being that decimated. There's a project that costs emblems. I haven't figured that one out yet. Oh, cat one's out. Be right back. They luckily have learned to tell me when they really want to get outside the room. I didn't even know that there are projects which cost god tokens. My god. The Warrior is a sorcery creature. No, it's chaos. Dang. I really want to do a blob team one day too. I don't know if they are really good or worth it or whatever, but they sure sound like fun. Okay, this time we took the attacks a lot better. Alright. What's that? A tainted soul. Oh yeah. That's what we need for the sorcerer, hey? Alright. New unicorn. Look at that. I always love to see new faces for the list. But still haven't learned enough about it yet. Boosted stat creatures. That sounds really, really interesting. Need to get there. These could be a really good foundation for strong creatures later. Ooh, we got blighted. I mean, if I keep the leech, I will fuse it with the trait which makes you ignore blighted while you're affected by leech, because that would be a real upgrade. Because don't underestimate the combo, how nasty the combo of leech and blight is. Blight basically counters leech. And with this specific setup, you are immune against that counter. Hey, I thought we are resurrecting at some point. I think I struck the wrong minion. Every time this thing dodged, I took a lot of damage. There must be a connection. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to the druid and do the rest of the goblet quest. I really wanted to do the astrologer, but I'm done with the astrologer for today. I feel like I really need to flesh this out some more, and I don't think that you fused it with one of the Fs, so it becomes that race. It's a really good thing to know that you can manipulate things like that. Oh, wait a sec, I can upgrade those minions before I go to battle. It's really important to keep doing that. My little stat drainer combo. They might be not much, but they work out quite well. So let's go down 10. And just finish a few. Alright, but I think after this run I'm going to turn the stream off for today. Because I grew quite tired as well. But I really enjoy the pacing of this game. You really feel like you didn't have this much freedom since Diablo 2. That's a very cool thing to say about a game. But yeah, I agree with you to some degree. Like, I played Siralim 3 a lot, and I felt like the specializations didn't feel that great as they do now. This may be one of the biggest improvements. Sag? I don't, I can't follow. Care to enlighten me? Ooh, I'm ready for more thingies. More specializations. So we have even more things to decide from. I really do like the fact that I experiment around a lot with this game. More than is necessary, but after all, gaming should be about experimenting and having fun, if you ask me. I really want to finish the first goblet quest here quite soon to see what the rewards are. I'm pretty sure it's some piety, or I forgot if it was already clear what the rewards are. I feel like I'm derping out something here, but anyways. Yeah, I really feel like the druid combo is something I want to redo quite soon as well. Experimenting is fun, but I found something that works so well, it's hard to try to go for something else. I don't know, I don't have that problem, honestly. Luckily, I grow bored if something works too well. Then it feels finished to me for the moment, and then I will either leave it or pick it up if I feel like I can't do more for it. But that's mostly because I don't know. If I only can progress straightforward 10 zones in a row, I don't feel like I'm having fun anymore. It's just me, I guess. 85% full. Yay. We're almost there. So we've learned the Evoker and the Warden. Can I start? Only one more. No! The first time that I'm out of granite. Jeez. I am appalled. So, Grove Tender. I want to learn what it means to be a Grove Tender. But be happy, Hyorin, that it works out this well. My combo is the most I've had. I just have the Maniac that does damage. It's max HP when it dies, and I just kill myself. Yeah. I thought that it works. That something like this would work quite well. So Warden. Oh yeah, that was the buff class. I really wanted to try that out as well. We have to do this too at some point. So, Evokers. Oh yeah, there's so many good things to try out in the next time. I really like the unlock mechanic behind these things as well. Like the way how it works to unlock all these classes and specializations. So, here's the point. Let's say goodnight before I keep doing this another 30 minutes. It has been a blast. Thanks for all of you who are hanging around every time I keep streaming. I really appreciate your company so much. I hope you do as well. Now, let's say goodnight and sleep well, guys. Bye-bye. I'm tired.